everybody, and welcome to the second edition of Style and Profile With. This is now a named segment because when we spoke to Kevin Kelly last time, we didn't have a name for this thing, and ever the professional, I thought I'd come up with one. So here we are. And what better way to go into the second episode than to bring back one of my favorite guests from the Smack Talk days, thus making her the first person to have been on Smack Talk and Style and Profile With, which is an honor that you can only bestow on interview royalty. She is signed now with MLW. She is in one of the hottest Twitter beefs of 2021 with Selena De La Renta. And the shake of the head tells you everything you need to know about that, but we'll come back to it later on. She is someone who has had more designs out of me than anybody on the planet. Ladies and gentlemen, what more can you say about the interview queen herself, Alicia Atout?
Hello, designer extraordinaire. I'm so excited to do this. The first time that we did an interview together, I don't even think I had ever done a design with you. So much has happened. We've done like 8 or 10. It's ridiculous, and people love them. So I'm really excited.
10.
Is it 10?
The coin one is 10. Yeah. I looked it up. 10 designs, and that's not including the ones that your mum didn't approve of as well. So, which again we'll come to later.
Yeah, there's a story behind that one, that's for sure.
I'm red because of the lighting, I promise. It's not because of the thing that I'm remembering.
Right. Well, every time Rich does a design for me, I'll always like throw it to a couple of friends, or I'll show it to my family and be like, hey, what do you guys think? Like, I love this. And then they'll point out things that like either neither of us caught or something to like improve my ideas. And then it just comes together into this like beautiful symphony of an amazing design. So yeah, there was one thing my mom caught, and you know, I'm glad she did in the end, because we ended up having like the most amazing design. But yeah, good times.
I think that one actually ended up in the let's not use that pile. But
oh shit! I thought we molded it into something else.
Oh, we might have. No. We might have done. Now you mention it. Let's go through them because there's a few. So we started off, as you said, when we first spoke back in 2019. It was the summer of 2019 when we did the interview with yourself for Smack Talk, and at the time you hadn't signed with MLW. I think you were about to do AEW, or had you'd done the AEW show by that point, hadn't you? I think
it's all such a blur out.
Right? Yeah.
The timeline.
Oh God, don't! I was talking to Wrestling Travel earlier, and I said time is just gone. Like I have no concept of time anymore because of this whole last year or 10 years or however long we've been locked down for.
I'm with you on that.
Oh, right. But the first one we did was the slashy looking black and white shirt, wasn't it?
Yeah, the classic. So that one's just like straight up cool text. I've literally made pins out of it. I've made stickers out of it. Like we have done everything with the designs. And the cool thing is like you can use, so I'm going to talk over you, but the coolest thing is like with these designs, you can use them in so many different ways because they fit on enamel pins, they fit as stickers, shirts. So I am just utilizing it everywhere and people love it. So, you know, why wouldn't they?
Hey, if it works, it works. And by the way, feel free to talk over me because no one's here to listen to me. They're all here to listen to you. All a dozen of them. But yeah. So then from the white one, we went on to do the Kiss style one with the lightning bolt. And that is somewhere on your wall, I think. Yeah, there it is. That popped me huge when you posted that you pinned it to your wall. I was like, oh my God, this is, I turned into David at bloody Bullet Club block party when you freaked him out. It was just unreal. And so with the Kiss one, now you've been a Kiss fan forever.
Yeah.
So talk us through meeting them, because I know you interviewed them before.
I've interviewed Ace Frehley of Kiss. I have not interviewed, I really want to interview Gene or Paul, but hopefully one day. But so I was in Finland. They were playing the festival I was there in Finland for, and they were headlining with Def Leppard. And the people who brought me out were like, hey, so Kiss are doing a meet and greet. And we know how much you love them, so we're going to see if we can sneak you into that meet and greet. And just the fact they were trying for me mind blown. So a day goes by, it was a 3-day festival, so a day goes by, I don't hear anything. I'm texting them in my hotel room at night, like, hey, any update? Nothing. Another day goes by, nothing. Now it's the day of the show, like Kiss is playing, it's the last night of the festival. I'm just psyched I get to see them. And then one of the people who brought me out, they come up to me on site at the festival and they say, hey, so I have some news for you. And they say it in like the most dire tone ever, and I'm like, fuck, no. And then of course her demeanor changes and she goes, you're meeting Kiss. And I'm just like, oh. I literally start crying. I'm a total baby. And the next thing you know, I was backstage with like 8 other people only. And this festival is huge. Like, it wasn't some dinky festival. There were I think the last day was 22,000 people. It was called Rock Fest. It was massive. And me and 10 other people got to meet Kiss, and it was just a moment I'll never forget. I will forever be so grateful to Rockfest for allowing me to not only fly out to Finland, but also meet one of my favorite bands of all time. So yeah, it was incredible, absolutely incredible.
It's just one of those things that I know of you is how much you love that band. And that was why we put that design together, was to, put your name in the style. We've got the Kiss style font, we've got the lightning bolt, because it's just you. Like, one of the things I got to know about you is your love of Kiss, and I thought, well, if ever there's a design we got to do, it's that.
Well, so literally, anytime you see me use the lightning bolt emoji, it's in my head. I'm like, ooh, Kiss. Like, that is my nod to Kiss. So even if I'm posting like a random selfie or some stupid photo, I'll put like a black heart and a kiss beside it. See, literally my head thinks it, a lightning bolt beside it. And every time I'm like, this one's for you, Paul Stanley, or this one's for you, Gene. So yeah, that's kind of my mini obsession and like a little Easter egg. I don't think I've shared that anywhere, but yeah, I just love them. And the fact that we were able to incorporate like the lightning bolt, the font, everything. And that one I believe that one sold out, or I have like one left because I had to get extras. It did so well. So yeah, I love that design.
Yeah, totally. And funny you mentioned the random selfie thing, because it was literally a random selfie that I spotted you in your Kiss shirt. Saw the lightning bolt on the Kiss shirt and thought, aha, that will make it really cool. Yeah, exactly.
That's so cool. That is awesome.
I love that one. I think it's hard to pick a favorite, because it's like, pick a favorite meal or something, although we know with you it's poutine. But thanks for sharing that, by the way. Yeah.
Always.
Immediately you see that, what's your ultimate meal? And you just post poutine because it's me, because I really want to try it.
Yeah, well, the thing is, like, poutine's one of I actually had it for lunch, which is really weird.
Nice.
Well, like, this whole time I've been in quarantine, I've ordered Starbucks late at night, because I guess my late night, like, guilt snack. I love it, their drinks. But I haven't ordered a meal the entire time I've been at home, and I've been stuck here. I haven't left. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to treat myself. So yeah, I ordered in a poutine, and it was next level delicious. So the fact that we're randomly, like, our interview fell on the day, maybe I subconsciously did it because of that. I don't know.
Could be. I don't know. If you now associate me with designs and poutine, then this is a strange time we live in, but
That's so funny.
Oh, but speaking of small Easter eggs that no one might know about, the next design that we did was the Gallagher shirt. Ta-da! Yes! Segue. Look at it. Since in a year and a bit, I've got segues now.
So good. You're learning. I love it.
Oh my God. I just watched all of your stuff. I'm like, I'll just pinch that,
Take a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Growing the hair out, It's like, that's not real. It's a wig, I promise. But so the Gallagher shirt.
Yes.
We included a lot of Easter eggs in that shirt.
Ones that I didn't even catch when you sent me the design. So like the way that a lot of these designs go, sometimes I'll have an idea, sometimes it sucks, sometimes it's great, and then Rich adapts it into something awesome. And other times he's like, yo, what are some of your favorite things? This is before we would talk more about designs and stuff. Right. So one time I was like, Galaga. And so we ended up making this really, really dope Galaga inspired shirt. And then he presents it to me, and there were like 2 Easter eggs I didn't even notice. Like straight up, didn't even notice. One was on top, the subscriber count.
Oh yeah, the high score. Yeah.
At the time. And what was the other one? I'm trying to think. There's so many hidden in some of these shirts.
It was the press play to start? Because of the play button on the
interviews. So it's just so clever, and it's things that some fans point this stuff out to me, some have no idea, but the fact that they're out there wearing it in whatever country they live in, because these are like selling all over the place, which is really cool. I just think to myself like, hey, like, there's just the sense of pride where you're just in awe that people even want to wear it. But I love the design so much.
No, it didn't end up, don't you?
Well, that's because
I didn't get one of the bloody things, and I
they
decided
sold they
they sold
sold
out so
within like
quick.
it was like 2 days. It was
Yeah,
insane. So now I had to throw them up on my pro wrestling tee store. So they're available through that. But yeah,
my fault.
those sold like hotcakes. Now I always take a that was when we were noobs. We were only three
Yes,
designs in, you know.
that's right.
Now
We
I
were still,
always put
yeah,
one aside in his size for him,
yeah,
but
fat. That's what you put it aside in. I know.
sure. So yeah, but I love that design. I still have it in my I have all the designs in my closet, so I can always look at them and wear them
Yeah.
whenever I want.
Okay. You got all of them, have you? Right. Okay. I see. Anyway, so, but yeah, I'm particularly proud of that one, just because the amount of detail that we got into it for such a simple thing. Because this was when we started discussing what we could do with the shirts, with the colors, and you said to me like, obviously you had to operate within like 3 colors, I think it was max.
Yeah, 'cause then it just gets to a ridiculous price. Like it's weird because in Canada, a lot of our shirt places are different in the way they operate in the States. I have friends that print like 80 colored t-shirts and the
Hmm.
profits are or the margins are so much lower. But honestly, like it does come down to it being a business. So at the end of the day, I have to make sure that like you're satisfied with what you're getting, that the fans aren't paying a crazy price for t-shirts. They're only $20, which I think is
Hmm.
genuinely super fair. And then that I'm not losing money because that
Right.
it is a business. So at the end of the day, we were like, okay, we can do 3 colors most of the time, and then we just kind of go from there. So
Which, as we move forward now, this is going to influence what the designs turn into, because obviously with that limitation, like the Gallagher one is 2 colors, but it's so crazily vibrant with the bright blue and the bright green.
very
So then we moved forward onto the one of your sort of portrait that I took from one of your pictures, and it was like the pop art inspired one,
yeah, the
which,
bright neon yellow and pink one.
yes, yeah. And how many variations of colors did we go through on that one? I think I sent you like 20. It was like
Yeah,
turquoise, purple, green, like we went
I felt
everywhere
so
with this.
bad.
It was so
Well,
good
like
though.
I feel so bad because what happens is I'm honest. If I'm like paying for something or if I know people are going to buy it, I feel so bad anytime I work with every time I work with Rich. Like I think I've had one other person design shirts for me. Um, but honestly, I feel so bad because I'm always like, hey, you're gonna hate me, but and I send him a memo and I'm like, can you please just like change that or make the lips a little different or do this? And I'm very nitpicky. But at the end of the day, we end up getting the best design we can.
Yes.
And I think he gets how I operate by now. And vice
Oh
versa.
yeah.
That's the thing. That's the
The
thing.
thing with me is, and I've always said this, I suck at drawing people. Like in my opinion, I suck at drawing people. Like non-organic shapes, like geometric shapes, I love doing, like logos, and that was why the 3 first designs I did for you weren't featuring your likeness, because I was so terrified of drawing you and getting it wrong.
Right.
Like I drew, who was it I drew? Cody for the very first design I ever did. And I went back and redrew his face after the shirt had been released to try and get him to re-release it with a new face on it, because I hated it so much. But Cody loved it.
That's good. That's what
I'm,
matters, I guess, right?
yeah, but like with yourself, I appreciate your feedback so much, because I'll look at it and
Yeah.
go, that's all right. And then you'll look at it and go, God, I don't look like that. And between us, we eventually get there. But, it's more your direction and my reluctance to fail you in any way, I think, is the best way to put it.
I, I always feel so bad, but like I said, it's because you know yourself. Well, it's weird. Sometimes you don't know yourself better than anyone, but I guess when it comes to looks, you sometimes do. So it's one of those things where I'll look at it and it'll be like, something just seems off. Like when I look at it, I see me, but I don't see me. And then I'm so
Yeah.
vague sometimes, but we've always ended up getting there, which is the
Yes.
cool thing. Like, I think with
That's
every
it.
shirt, every portrait shirt or every design, like, I know there's one you're going to mention very soon where like we had a lot of back and forth, but it's like one of my favorite shirts we've ever done. So
Yeah.
anyway, we'll get to that,
And
but
it's,
might even be next. I don't know.
do you know what? This is the thing though. If it wasn't for your direction, I wouldn't be improving, because I'm never too big to admit that I'm constantly learning. And I think that
Right.
there was a quote I heard, and forgive me, I don't know who said it, but it was, the day you stop learning is the day you should quit. It was a drummer that said it, because I played drums for like a million years. And I've always thought that was such a true quote, because, if you don't think you've got anything left to learn, what are you doing? you know. So with your direction, I've learned a hell of a lot about drawing likenesses. I feel more confident in my ability to do that now. So that's a big thank you from me to you, which you didn't know you were
Well,
going to get.
you're welcome. It wasn't my intent. I always feel really, really bad, but hey, you're welcome.
No worries. But yeah, so the next one, is it the next one or is it the one after that? The Super Alicia is the next one that we did. That's the
So
one.
that was the one. That's the one I was mentioning, where we had a lot of back and forth, because this one was really the pop art one. We could kind of have it look similar to me, but didn't have to be exact. Whereas the Super Alicia one, I feel like, other than the shirt we just dropped, because it's literally like the picture of me, but Super Alicia one was a complete cartoon. Like, it was a graphic novel-esque image, so it had to look like me. And so, oh man, I don't even know how many days we went back and forth with
that
little
was
and
I want to say it was over a week of just back and forth. No, don't, it's no bad thing. No, God, it was a good thing.
But
It's sounding like
love
DDP now, but
I
it's
love
behind you on the wall as well.
Wait, is it on my wall? Oh
yeah,
it is on my wall. It's right there. And then I have this one.
Oh, that's
too.
the other one. Yeah. So that's the other Super Alicia. That was the first one we did that inspired the then redraw, because I actually hate that one.
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, so we had two.
Because I said to you, I want to replace those stickers with the new design. And you were like, well, I've already got them printed, so no.
Right. Well, the cool thing is, like, that design, I feel like, is a little more comic-y, whereas when you look at this one looks like, it literally looks like me when I see it. I'm like, this is
that one,
super cool.
I think of all the likenesses we've done of you, that's my favourite by far.
Yeah,
like
me too.
And moreover, we can segue into the faux pas with this conversation, because that actually comes next.
I'm trying to remember what shirt it was. I just remember what like image it was. Well, we were just kind of messing around with designs. We were looking at crowns and like tiaras and things we could add. And then there was like a little part of one of the tiaras that pretty much just, I'm just gonna be blunt, like the microphone part looked like a dick. And my mom.
No, it didn't. No,
that
wasn't it. No.
Which one was it?
No, but we never did that. No, the one, it was the high fashion one. When I did the sort of Dolce Gabbana or whatever it was, the sort of.
No, I remember, but one of them I remember showing, and that was her comment.
You asked me to add microphones in, and I drew the microphones, and they were laid on their side, and they had a little tapered cable coming out the back, and they looked like. And your mum said they looked like sperm. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. There's been so many back. That was what it was.
I don't remember drawing anything that looked like a penis.
I
mean, I'd have done it as a prank, but it certainly wouldn't have been deliberate.
I don't know, but yeah, it did look like that, and I'm really thankful she pointed that out, because I did not want.
I've never lived that down. I love it. I think it's the greatest thing that's ever happened.
I didn't want to print shirts that had that on it, so we scratched. I have that design still saved in like a folder, but we kind of scratched that one.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I've got an unused folder of our stuff. So let me just pull that up quick. Ever the prepared interviewer, because why not? So yeah, we've got, there's even more that we haven't used as well.
Well, there's the one that was it was almost like a, what's that called, where it's like trippy and it's like a holographic one?
Oh, the 3D one that we did. Yeah, where it was like we overlaid the colors on top of each other.
Yeah.
We never used that. And there was the other one that I sort of toyed with, which was like the other 3D one where you had the perspective on your name, and it was pink one side, yellow the other for the draft version, and it sort of came like almost like the Star Wars text, where it goes into the distance, like that sort of thing. We didn't use that, but actually there's not very many that we didn't use. There was a 70s one which was kind of like brown and orange and very retro, but generally, do you like when I should? All right, let's go full disclosure on this one then. So when I send you a design, what is your usual immediate reaction to my ideas? Like the absolute honest reaction. Like, do you go, holy crap, that's great, or do you go, oh my god, what am I doing working with this clown?
No, because if the latter was the case, I would have stopped working with you on shirt number 2. So no, normally I'm like, oh, that's sweet, and then as soon as I kind of look it over for like 2 minutes, that's when my ideas start kicking in, and then we kind of go back and forth. But usually even when my ideas kick in, I'm like, oh, that needs to like go this way or that
Mhm.
way. It's never a negative. I'm just like, oh, I know that this is going to be super cool in the end. So like, I got nothing to worry about. Like, I never think like, oh, we're never going to get there. Uh-oh. So yeah, usually it's just like a positive
That's
response.
cool. Yeah, because it just, for me, like I always get super nervous when I send you stuff over. Like if it's something experimental where I'm not sure, like I don't know, I kind of feel like the stuff we've done is so good, not to toot my own horn too much, but like I feel like we've between us come up with some really cool original stuff, and every single one is so different. And
Right.
as we discussed, with that limitation on color, it's really difficult to then try and innovate with that and go, what can we do that's different again?
Yeah,
So,
I feel like we've taken that rule and really done so many different shirts with it,
mm,
which it's cool because with the like the coin one hasn't been shared yet. Like the
mhm,
photograph, like I literally think I only put it through Instagram.
yes.
So but that one's super cool and that's gonna be the one that goes to print next.
Mhm.
But that was when I came to Rich with and I was like, hey, I have this idea. And then he just turned it into what it is now. So it's cool seeing the different ways it can go. I can bring you an idea, you can bring me one, we can see something we like and be like, hey, we need to like turn this into something that's very like just Alicia all over it. So there are a lot of different avenues I can get to a design. And I think that's why even with the restrictions we have, we're able to come up with like some really, really cool stuff.
Yeah. And I mean, we've gone forward from that. We did the metallic one with your name sort of split, you know, the rectangle in the middle,
Yes.
and that was really neat to do something, you know, again that was very different. Um, and then from there, we did the playing card, which I'm super hyped about
Oh,
as well. That one's
yes. The Interview Queen of Hearts shirt. I love
yes.
that shirt. It's
I think
so
that's
cool.
probably like just because of what we did with it, because it's got the graphic novel style, it's got the three colors, and just I just really like that design. Like I don't know, I actually collect playing cards, so for me it's like, you know, quite a personal design in that regard. But for you, what does that one sort of say to you?
It kind of reminds me, why am I blanking on what it was? Do you remember that graphic novel that came out and it was all black and it had splashes of red? I know what it is. I'm
Oh, it's
completely blanking.
Frank Miller's Sin City.
Thank you.
That's right.
It kind of reminded me of that just because the contrast between those
Hmm.
two colors was so different. And it's just cool seeing yourself made into different things. Like I'm one day I'm a superhero, then I'm like Andy Warhol pop art, then I'm on a freaking playing card. Like that's super cool for me. So there wasn't really like inspiration behind it, like, hey, you love cards, like how it was for you, let's make you into a card. It was more so, hey, here's a little play on words like interview queen, you're the queen on a card, queen of hearts, interview queen of hearts. Like the way it
Yeah.
just ended up making sense was flawless. So that one to me is just so clever and visually striking. Like I think
Mm.
my favorites I've done with you are probably Galaga, that one, the Kiss one, and then
The Super Alicia, I think you said, didn't you
the
before?
Super Alicia
Yeah.
one. So those are like my favorites. So yeah. Oh, but then I look at like the one of the OG designs and I'm like, this one's just so classic. So
I know, right? That
strong.
feels like it's been around forever now. Like,
It it has pretty much. And I remember that order I put in like a huge order. I put in more. So I have like a few in stock, but the ones that I have left for stock, it's like super low. Like I'm talking like one or two shirts per size left. Like everything that I put out is just flying off
I,
the shelves. So
I always love seeing sold out on there. It just, that makes me feel really good because it's such a vindication of what you do, like as a designer, to see your work
right.
selling out all over. And we did, I'll sort of skip forward a little bit because I know we're running short of time. But we moved on. We did the Hallow Queen, the Halloween special last year as
Yes.
well, with the bright orange
Yeah.
and bright green.
That
Um,
one was interesting because again it was another portrait-esque
yeah,
month, so we had to do a lot of like back and forth tweaks, and we were like, do we make it like bewitched, do we make her own witch, what do we, she should be flying, she should be on the ground, like do we do a spider web or do we do a cauldron? Like there were so many ways to take it, but I think it turned out like the best it possibly could have.
yeah, yeah. We definitely balanced it out because I think the initial thing, because you came to me wanting a Halloween shirt, and then I threw you the Bewitched cartoon title sequence from back in the, you know, classic era of television, and then we modeled it on Samantha, and then added things like the broom was there, and then like you said, the spider webs, and we went back and forth on lightning, and then it was just, there was all kinds of crazy went into that one.
Yeah, and then I remember I was asking around like how the hell, like what can I put on it for text? And then I literally shoot you an Instagram message and I was like, yo, I need a name for this. And within 5 minutes he just goes, Hello Queen. And I was like, duh. So the fact that yeah, it didn't even come to me. I don't know.
Did you see last Halloween how many Hello Queen shirts there were that bloody came out?
I know.
We were the first.
100%.
Yeah, we chef's kiss on that one, because yeah, we totally got that there before everyone else.
So funny. I even have one. There's a company I work with, and I got to pick out shirts, and so I chose the Hello Queen one from them simply because I was working with them. It went with my moniker, but I even thought as I got it, like we did it first.
Oh, I know you're ready and waiting to do the big reveal of the next shirt, so I'll hand over to you.
Yes, so these came in today. So these are hot off the press. Beautiful glam text face. And if you look real close, you can actually like see the detailing of the lettering. So it's not just like a blurred image. It's straight up like contrast made from my name and moniker. So this is just, I love this one. It's just my photo, the text, the way that the text wraps around as a border and then goes into the freaking name. Like, oh, I love it. I love the shirt. I'm like 100%.
No idea how long it took me to type all that.
Oh yeah.
No,
wait,
copy and
can
paste.
you just copy and paste?
Yeah. I just wanted to see if you'd buy it.
For a second, I was like,
wait a minute.
Something's not,
this guy's
not right here.
No, but yeah, that one got really tricky when it came to the last section of it, which was getting the contrast right, because it's a black and white shirt and the shade of grey to do the shadow work. Having the text fit across all three sections of that, like the black, the white, and the grey, without losing easy for me to say, fidelity. Nice word for you. Word of the day, fidelity. And to then get the font, because I think we played with about 5 or 6 different fonts, if I recall.
Because some of them just didn't feel right. And then I remember I was like, what if we make it where we literally just go in and it just all ties it together, so it has like a border ending. It's not like you're just sticking like a slab of square on a shirt. And then I'm moving this one around a little bit because I was like, I want my name on it, not just Interview Queen. And then we ended up just putting this little guy in the corner, and it all just made sense. So bam.
Yeah, I can't wait for that one to get out to people, because they're going to be blown away when they actually get it in their hands and see the detail.
Well, what's cool is so far I've only put it on my Patreon, and I've already sold like a good amount. So I'm going to be sharing this either probably tonight on my socials. I don't know when this is dropping, but in context, whenever you're watching this in the future, whether it's like 2 days or a year from now, today is, I don't even tell you, but yeah, it's a day in January. 2021. But yeah, so these are now live by the time you watch this, and they might be sold out, they might not be, but go check.
They'll be sold out.
Awesome.
They'll be sold out by this point, I promise you. But there, yeah, so that is our brief history of design and the universe so far. And obviously there's the coin one still to come, which will be out probably it might be out by the time this video drops. I don't know, on the of 20.
Right.
Yeah. Whenever this goes out. But just at the time of recording, though, speaking of time, I have to ask you about Selena De La Renta, because I would be remiss if I didn't finish this on the negative after last interview where we finished it on the positive. So you and her have got some serious beef going on, young lady, and I'm both impressed and disturbed at the level of venom that you're slinging back and forth at each other. What's the tea, as the kids say? So
what happened is last night, and whenever we post this on the blah blah blah, we had an MLW special, which was a full-on Selena show. So a few days leading up to the show, there was a poster because Mil Muertes is debuting in the company, which is huge, and she was in the corner. So I put a little poop emoji on her face because she's a piece of shit. And so I posted that on Twitter saying, "Wow, Selena looks so much better now," and she didn't like that. And so
I can't think why.
since then, we've been going back and forth. We have not been holding back. And she keeps saying to the world, Alicia started it, so stop standing up for her. But honestly, she started it. Every MLW taping, she is the biggest asshole in the locker room ever. We all get along so well. Like, it is my favorite locker room in the world. And then she's there. And every time I walk into the women's bathroom and she's there, she just looks me up and down. Like, she's always judging me. And I can't stand it because there are only a few females as of right now in MLW. And I would love to have someone to be close to.
Yeah.
But she just has never given me a try. So I feel like she deserved what I sent out. I feel like she should grow up and stop being a bitch. And I'm having her on my show in a couple of days for an interview where we can actually try to talk things out. A camera will be rolling. We're going to try to be on good behavior because of that. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I'm not looking forward to it, but hopefully we'll have some kind of resolve. Because I tried being the bigger person too. I literally reached out to her through DMs. And she shared our freaking personal DMs. And I tried reaching out to her saying, hey, like, let's try to level this out. Like, I'm not trying to make a truce, even though she fucking put out a shirt saying, fuck your truce. But, like, I'm just trying to level it out. I want to show up to my workplace and not have someone to think about being a dick. But no, she couldn't keep that between us, and so that really just set me off. So,
and I mean, the last time, what is it with when we interview each other? You always have some beef with somebody. Because last time it was Scarlett when we spoke, and you were fighting her, and then now it's Selena, and I know you. I know you're not this type of person that goes out picking trouble.
Thank you.
And I'm not just saying that to keep my cushy design job. I mean it.
No, the only reason I go out and say shit or I become a bit of a bitch is if someone crosses me or doesn't, like, respect me. So, you know, if that's the case, I don't care if you like me or not, but don't cause a problem when we're working at the same company and shit. Like, that's where I draw the line. That's where you're going to see my inner bitch come out. So, you know, she deserves everything that's coming to her. And now we have shirts out that you can get. We have Team Selena shirts. I'm dropping a Team Alicia shirt that I just made because I needed to, like, put this stuff out quick. I think I like the design though. It's, like, really simple because I can't make your complex designs. But
you do good stuff though. I've seen your stuff on Pro Wrestling Tees, which is, I think, apart from the ones that have been re-releases, they're all your own designs. So you're doing some good stuff. You know, don't sell yourself short.
Well, I try, but yeah. So I just can't stand her, and
I don't know her, so I've only got. Oh, of course I'm watching, but I don't know her as a person, like outside of what I see on TV. So I don't like to. I'm. Oh God, don't put me in the middle. I'm gonna hide.
Go on Twitter, use hashtag Team Alicia, give her the middle finger, and don't buy her shirts and buy all of mine.
Yeah. That's I think that's as good a spot as any to leave that in. Yeah, why not?
That's the moral of the story.
Yeah, and hey, maybe I could design something for her and hide something obscene in it, you know, because she won't check it like you do. So. No, we're not going to do that.
She's the worst. She's the worst.
Oh dear, I don't like the. I wouldn't trust my chances around Mil Muertes. He'd kill me. He is terrifying.
When I saw him backstage at our restart tapings, I was like,
yeah.
That's him. Like, it was cool. It's so cool he's with the company, but at the same time he is terrifying. So anyway.
He followed me when I did the Lucha Underground UK thing, just to segue quick. He followed me on Twitter. I absolutely crapped myself because I thought, oh my God, I've upset him. And I was like, first thing I did, DM, I'm so sorry. Just like, what have I done?
That's what it is.
So come on then, let's finish it on a positive. Let's do our usual finish. Who's someone that deserves a shout out that doesn't normally get one? Go. Aha.
Shit. I don't know.
Again, twice. You didn't even remember it from the last time I got you with it.
Did I? Who did I say last time? I probably give some bullshit answer.
Oh, you pleaded the fifth. That's right, if I recall.
Did I? That sounds like me. I'm going to be very sweet and give my parents a shout out because since the start of this whole thing, they have been the ones to light a fire under my ass and really support me from the jump. So, Sue, Yaz, I love you.
Nice one. Oh, that's awesome. Well, Alicia, thank you once again for your time, and I look forward to catching up with more of your work on MLW on what night is it airing? Go on, plug the show.
Wednesday nights on YouTube, youtube.com/Major League Wrestling, 7 p.m. EST. Tons of content. I'm pretty much on every single week, aside from when Selena banned me from her show because she's a bitch. But yes, MLW, watch MLW, check out my designs on aliciaatout.bigcartel.com. And thank you so much for having me on. It's great to catch up.
Hey, no
and
worries.
I'm sure I'll be bugging you really soon with another dumb idea we'll create into something.
I have no doubt. And I look forward to you hassling me intently on Instagram DMs as always.
Yeah, like,
Yes.
hey, any update on this shirt? What's up? Have you started it?
Draw me some stuff. Get on it, monkey. Design for me.
I genuinely try. I try so hard to not be that guy.
Sure, you can talk to me however. I don't care. It's fine.
No, don't make it seem like I actually am like that. No.
You're
That's
not.
terrible.
You're lovely. I'm just an asshole. But yes, God, I swear it's the lighting. I'm not actually like Ric Flair pink at this point.
Oh Lord.
God, it's hot in here. Right. Thank you, Alicia, for giving me your time again. And yes, we'll chat soon about more weird and wonderful design work. And to check out more of my weird and wonderful design work, you can head on over to styleandprofile.com for all your design needs. The portfolio pieces are linked to everyone's store pages, including Alicia's. So you click on the design, you get to buy the design, if it's still in stock, of course. And just remains for me to say thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.